here is a clip of Fiona Lawley. I don't know anything about her, actually. I don't even know anything about the host.
This is the first time seeing her.
James Wally. Is it Wally or Will?
I think it's Whale.
Does he deserve the respect?
This is in...
James Whale? Okay.
It's British TV. Talk TV. And just interesting to see what other countries that are equally engaged in as much delusion as we are. And there's less and less, incidentally. Fewer and fewer of those countries, how they're responding to this. Here it is.
But what would you have done about Adolf Hitler? What would you have done about that situation?
I could tell you what communists were doing. Communists were fighting as much as they could to stop the rise of Hitler in Germany at that time. But you don't want to have a serious
You don't want to have a serious
question
with you
about
because
fascism.
everything
What you're
you've
interested in doing is defending Israel.
Stalin and Hitler invaded Poland together. Stalin sided with him. You don't know history, do you?
Ash, she doesn't.
Stalin was with Hitler before.
But you absolutely think that if Israel will put down their weapons tomorrow and just walk away, you think Hamas would leave it?
I think that in order for there to be genuine peace across that whole region, we need to end capitalism, end imperialism, which is the driving force for all of the problems that are taking place there.
Do you have a job?
I work for the Revolutionary Communist Party, and I organise people, I organise young people, and
do you know what you're doing,
want
don't
to
you?
see an end to genocide.
You are going...
You're not going to be honest.
I'm being... Everything I say...
She's a mind reader, remember? Yeah. She can read a mind.
Everything you're doing is going to cause major conflict in this country.
I am not responsible for any conflict.
Like you,
the British government,
who are
which is supporting and facilitating a genocide right now, are responsible for conflict because it's true.
Why don't you want to live in a communist country?
Why don't you want to live in a communist? There is no communist country for me to go.
Hang on, just a minute. If you don't like living in this country, which obviously you don't, why don't you go and live somewhere where it's better than Britain?
You've slagged us on.
Love it or leave it.
Because obviously you don't like this country.
Because I can. Why would I live somewhere else when I can change the country that I live in?
You can't change this country.
Okay.
You won't change it.
Well, let's wait and see. Because the truth is, there are so many
we are getting back to how we used to be.
The defining feature of politics in this country is that young people hate the political establishment. They hate the status quo.
I have been young.
It's not all about young people. Why do you think young people have more of a say?
It's not just young people. The majority.
Pause for 1 second. Are these two guys like? Is there one person behind like that screen who's got his hand up the backs of these two guys?
Right.
Honestly, it's just one of the most bizarre
imagery.
Are they holding hands underneath the table? The
format here is just like we're gonna both gang up on her. I mean, it's just such a weird.
They're there for each other's moral support.
Exactly right. I need my buddy. I need my buddy to go to yell at this young woman because that's first of all. You've talked about how Janine Garofalo would get onto Fox News.
Oh yeah, the same dynamic.
Well, this is Talk TV. This is a Murdoch channel. Okay. So like this is exactly they're the old guys watching this in the UK are getting off on the idea of not just a young woman of color getting just basically talked down to like, what do you work? Do you even work? Do you even have a job? What's your job?
Do you think, I mean, don't you think obviously not, but I would, if they spend 5 minutes after the show, like, let me just roll back that clip and be like, hey, does it seem awkward that we need both of us is also sitting right on top of each other as a way of like trying to push back on this? Like, doesn't it seem awkward to you? Am I the only one? Guys?
One of these guys, whichever one is James Whale.
Oh, no, James. It looks wonderful.
I don't know who the other guy is. But he has a MBE, a member of the British Empire or something like that, which is the second, like the rung below a knighthood for being a shock jock. So it's a very serious individual.
Limbaugh won the biggest award, medal that the president could give. So we're in good company.
They hate the status quo.
I have been young.
It's not all about young people. Why do you think young people have more of a say?
It's not just young people. The majority
you think young people are more important.
The majority of people in Britain don't support what the government is doing in Gaza.
By the way?
They don't support.
If you had a sensible and serious face, I'd take you more seriously. But you smile and you're doing it now throughout what I think is one of the most dangerous times. I think we are on the verge of the Third World War.
Right.
And I don't consider people like you will be of any use whatsoever because you get called up to go to the forces. You won't go, will you?
I don't think we're on the verge of the third world war.
Well, I think we are, particularly with people who are behaving
Funny,
the way
isn't it?
you
Yeah, very
are.
funny.
But it's funny, is it? It's funny. Do you know how many people get killed in a world war?
Oh, so you
I know
do
you're
care about people dying.
I said that
but
at
not
the beginning.
Palestinians, but you
I care
lie.
about.
You're a hypocrite. If you cared about
Break
people
now.
dying,
Break
if you cared
now.
about people
Break.
dying, thousands of people
Now.
are dying today
Break.
in Sudan.
There
Break
you go, ladies and
now.
gentlemen.
Break.
That is amazing.
Oh God! And she was real. I mean,
You're laughing. It's the Third World War and you're laughing.
it's because because they were insane clowns. I mean, I've never seen something like that. Two grown men who needed their emotional support friend to go and yell at a young lady.
Israel's lobbing bombs at other countries like diplomatic buildings, and she's responsible for not taking World War III seriously?
I honestly thought we were watching that clip because it was the world's two oldest looking babies.
Yes, you're right.
They're Benjamin
Guinness World Book
Buttons.
of Records.
Exactly.
Get to break now.
Benjamin Button broadcasts in the new BBBC.
Hey, what happened to the free exchange of ideas? They don't want to hear her out there?
One's going, I was young once. What's so great about being young? Yes, what is so great about being young? Ah, that's what I said. Okay, she's smiling, laughing. Why?
I was young once. I had an affair in the 90s.
I think someone said in the YouTube chat, but they also sort of resemble like Statler and Waldorf, the
guys in the Muppets?
Yeah.
100%.
I was thinking of the two egg guys from Alice in Wonderland, but whatever.
Tweedledee and Tweedledee.
Oh, interesting. In 1997, Wales' 18-month affair with a listener of his radio show was made public. So just catching
that's
up
good
with
to
this
know.
guy.
Oh, I've had affairs before.
The fact that they brought up communism at the beginning, like, and says she doesn't know history. I know, but
Right.
I mean, Hitler persecuted and massacred leftists
The liberals, actually.
within Germany, right? I mean, that was a big part of it.
That made way for him, yeah.
If you want to talk about like communist resistance to the rise of Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union lost more people than any other country fighting Hitler. But
Yes.
so what, 20 million people or something like that.
Can we just go to the last moment where he has to say break now 7 times?
He's pointing right to the camera.
It's so tough for him to get to that point. I mean, it's pretty hilarious.
me.
He's trying to sort of like, Bigfoot her, and he just looks more ineffectual. I gotta feel like I'm missing something culturally on this because I don't live in a universe where these two guys could look at each other, after the episode and go like,
We did a good job.
That went well.
Oh yeah.
Right.
With people who are behaving
Funny,
the way
isn't it?
you
Yeah, very
are.
funny.
But it's
Funny,
funny,
very
is it?
funny.
It's
Oh, it's
funny.
funny.
Do you know how many people get killed in a world war?
Oh, so
I
you
know
do
you're
care about people
I
dying,
said that
but not
at the
the
beginning.
Palestinians, but you
I
lie.
care about.
You're a hypocrite. If you cared about
Break
people
now.
dying,
Break
if you cared
now.
about people
Break.
thousands of people
Now.
are dying today
Break.
in Sudan.
There you go.
Right.
I'm gonna say it 12 times.
You know what though? The reason that you don't think that they came out looking good is because you don't see the inherent value of yelling at a woman of color. I mean, that's like the primary objective. They could just be yelling like in a different foreign language, and the rest of the audience would be like, I want all of this. That's what they get off. Like the fact that she's a leftist too.
Having them both there, though, it just looks
It
so
just so looks like
pathetic.
so pathetic. That's the thing.
To normal people.
It looks like they aren't even talking to her. It looks like they're playing a video of her and then sort of like muttering underneath it, like they're annoyed by what she's saying.
And the thing is, they're responding to each other that in such a weird way. Like she's smiling. You're smiling. Is she smiling? Yeah, she's laughing. Why it's so funny about this? It's just so weird.
It's so weird. I mean, look, sometimes right wingers, when they have a woman on who they're a little afraid of, they usually bring in someone else, like sometimes just as a sidekick in case they need a backup option when you're having a debate with somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like an image. I can't wait for Tim Pool to gain a little bit of weight and just turn into that guy with the.
Right.
Well, there was a bald guy and a guy with a lot of hair, so Tim needs a guy without a hat next to him.
Right.
Like Moonlord. He's got long hair.
Folks, I'm going to head into the fun half. A little taste of what we do in the fun half is we play videos.
Go to break.
People break. break. I'm talking to you. Break.
I'm having a panic attack.
Folks, it's your support that makes this show possible. You can become a member at jointhemajority.report.com. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.